Yo, and welcome back to the channel. For today's video, we're going to be going through a very important topic to help you guys improve. Why are you losing every gunfight? That's going to be the key of today's video, going through some common themes and problems I found over coaching people over the last 2 years about how they're losing gunfights. So whether you guys are bronze, silver, gold, all the way up to crimson, iridescent, these tips should be able to apply to you because everyone has a different problem, right? So it's in terms of some people might be really good at one aspect of the game but struggle in the other. So hopefully some of these tips can apply to you and you can start to improve them. Let's get right into it. I thought about ways of doing this video, about, ways to approach it, and I just thought about it from my perspective is like, if I was starting up again, what would I like to know, like, differently to now, right? So I guess the first thing I want to know is, and kind of note, is the toolbox. It's a concept I use when I'm coaching people. It's the reason why I like to use it as a toolbox is I think it's very easy to understand and kind of, okay, this makes a bit of sense. So hopefully you guys can be in the same way with that concept. So what it is basically, I want you guys to think about any job, anything you do, whether you're in school right now, whether you're working, and I like to really familiarize concepts with real life stuff because I think it just makes it more relatable. So I want you to think about whatever career, whatever thing you're doing right now, okay? School, work, whatever it is. And I want you to think about your toolbox in terms of your skills that make you an asset for that job. So when we go to Call of Duty, if I ask you right now, okay, I want you to bunny hop and then drop shot. And you say, I don't really drop shot. It's just not something I do. It's just not something I'm used to. Immediately, straight away, you've limited yourself as a player. You are now in a position where you will never drop shot. And that's something that a lot of people do. Whether it's a drop shot, whether it's the slide cancel, whether it's more, advanced mechanic like slide into a prone, whether it's snaking, whatever it may be, your first tip I want you guys to do is I want you to write down a list, okay? Just to go through some. I actually made a video the other day of 15 movement mechanics. I'll try to put the link there, but if I forget, it's on my channel. I think I made it maybe a few days ago, 15 movement mechanics you guys can use. I want you to watch that video. I've got a timestamp of every single one, and I want you to practice those. I want you to really get comfortable with those mechanics, okay? So this is the first thing. We're getting used to having tools in our toolbox. We're making sure we have everything, okay? So if I ask you right now, okay, I want you to slide cancel into a drop shot, and you can't do that, you've automatically put yourself at a disadvantage. The first thing we want to do is get comfortable with all these tools, okay? First thing, nice and simple. The next thing is the warm-ups. Warming up it's a really weird one because I sometimes play the game and it's a weird one because it's video games. You don't really think of it like a sport, but you kind of just be like, all right, I want to play the game. I just want to play to have fun. But like in any sport, you need to warm up to maximize your chance of learning in game. And this one's really, really important because I've had a night and day difference of games. You guys have seen it on stream. You guys have seen it on stream. If you guys haven't, make sure to check out our Twitch as well because we stream most of the time. We also have an ARV live channel in the description. That's all our live streams as well. But when we're streaming, there's some days where I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of getting tucked for the first like 2-3 hours and I'm like, bro, what is going on? I'm better than this. I'm missing stupid shots and I'm annoyed. And then I'm like, it's because I haven't warmed up. And then there's days I warm up and my stream rare like, yo, have you warmed up today? I'm like, yeah, I actually did. Like, they can tell the difference, okay? So the reason why it's really impactful, let's put some numbers to it. Imagine you shoot bots for 20 minutes and during that time you're able to hit, let's just say 300 bots, okay? You've shot 300 bots and during that time you worked on your sliding, your centering, your jumping, you worked on all these mechanics, okay? So what did? We sharpened our toolbox, right? We worked on some of the tools. We did the backwards jump, we did the jumping off ledges, we did the AR shots, we worked through everything with 300 shots in 20 minutes. While you did that, well, I have Netflix on one screen, I'm just watching something and I'm just shooting bots for like 20 minutes while I'm loading up, then I load up the stream sometimes. If I have time, that's how I do it, okay? And I want you guys to do the same thing. If you can use the first 10 or 20 minutes of your day when you're playing to really maximize that, really warm up, I guarantee it will help you. Let me explain why. The numbers are really important. You've now shot 300 bots in 20 minutes, okay? Let's just say instead of that, you went into a game of ranked. In those 20 minutes, you got 2 games. You got an S&D and a hardpoint. In the S&D, you got 4 kills. And in the hardpoint, you got 20, okay? In those same 30 minutes, or 20 minutes, whatever it was, you've only shot 24 opponents. Where when you shot bots, you shot 300. You see the difference now in numbers? So in terms of rhythm and comfortability and overall just pacing and just getting used to the like your controller again and just having a feel for your controller, you are now 275 bots behind me that took 20 minutes to warm up. And that is a key difference because now when you're playing now, you're not playing at your best for the next hour or two that you're playing, because I know everyone's busy, right? Some of you guys might have jobs and you're only playing for like 2 hours a day, for example. That's absolutely fine, but you want to maximize your chance in those hours because right now what you're doing is you're playing, and if you're not warming up, all you're doing is you're playing and then you're just wasting time getting to your best, and then by the end of the night, when you have a really good game, you're off again. So you're not really able to improve. But if you spend the first 20 minutes actually warming up, now when you play, guess what? You're now ready to go. You now have improved, okay? That's the first key thing. I want you guys to unlock your toolbox and then warm up with it. The next thing is I want you guys to start reading the minimap, reading the kill feed, and putting yourself in better positions, utilizing the weapons more. So by now you should be a bit more comfortable with your actual mechanics, okay? So we want to improve our centering here. We want to go through with our rival or MCW, and we want to put ourselves in better positions. And the next concept to winning gunfights is going to be the triangle concept. The concept we're going to go through is a triangle concept, okay? There's three sides to the triangle. One is the health advantage. So one is the health advantage of the gunfight. So simple as this is, if you guys have a 50-50 gunfights, if you guys both jump out into the open, whoever has the health advantage should win that gunfight, okay? If everything else is equal, that should be the scenario. The next is the skill of the player, okay? The skill of the player is the other side of the triangle. So let's assume everything else is equal. Let's assume you and your opponent are in a 1 versus 1. Both of you are in the middle of the map, and someone has a timer. They say 3, 2, 1, shoot. Logically, whoever has the more skill should be able to win that, because they might be able to add a drop shot in or finesse it a little bit more, right? So if everything else is even, the player with the skill will win the gunfight, okay? Let's just say you have a pistol with no attachments and I have an MCW fully stacked. The skill now goes towards me. If we have the exact same gun skill as a player, my weapon has given me more skill, okay? Let's say I chuck a stun grenade at you. For that, like for those few seconds, my skill as a player is higher. My opportunity in game is higher. My skill there is higher because you are stunned. So we're looking at you as a stun player versus me as a player fully healthed up. That's the way I want you to look at it, okay? It's kind of like, I don't know if you guys play Yu-Gi-Oh or stuff like that. It's like Pokemon, like matchups, right? I want you guys to look at gunfights as matchups. So every time you go into a gunfight, have a quick like analysis as, do I have the advantage? Yes, okay, take it, win the gunfight. If the answer is no, how do I get myself into the advantage? Now, sometimes you're not going to have time to do that, so you can go for the gunfight, make them weak, and your teammate can get the trade. It really depends on the situation. And the third and final side of the triangle is the camera, okay? Is the ability to positioning, basically. Positioning / cameraing, okay? So what I mean by that, so let's go again. Same thing, 50-50 gunfight. The exact same person going up. Imagine you go up against yourself, right? You got a twin, you go up against yourself. No difference in gun skill. But one of you is on a head glitch and one of you is out in the open. I say 3, 2, 1, shoot. Whoever's on the head glitch should win the gunfight. Why? Because they have more areas to hit the opponents with and they have a smaller hitbox themselves. So now we go through these three triangle concepts. Just to go through it again, we got health advantage, position / camera advantage, and skill advantage. What happens is a lot of the times people purely go off their skill. So what I mean by that is you might be playing and you just take a gunfight that you probably shouldn't win, but you may win it because you are better than the opponent. Now, this is not a consistent way of playing. Why? Because you will always find opponents with better skill than you, right? It's just going to be the way it is. Unless you guys are the best players in the world, which you're probably not if you're not on the CDL, then you're going to have people better than you, and that's absolutely fine. So what my job is to understand is help you guys realize that you can still win the gunfight without being the better player by utilizing your other tools, right? By utilizing the health advantage, by cameraing your opponents, by adding these other elements, you should be able to win more gunfights. And that's the main concept of the video. I want you guys to kind of just take your time and realize that the gunfights are very consistent, and you can actually become a better player by simply understanding what's going wrong, okay? So if you guys are just running out in the open constantly, you're going to get killed by someone that you may be better than, but simply because of the position, because of the health, they're going to win the gunfight. So it's very frustrating sometimes when I'm coaching people, not for me, but more for them, when they're watching their gameplay and we slow it down and I can see the frustration. They're like, oh, why would I challenge that? And I'm like, it's because in the game, you have this voice in your head saying like, oh, just like win every gunfight, like you're the best. Like it's a weird thing because there's a difference between confidence and playing smart. Like I know that if I jump around a corner and someone's on a head glitch and I absolutely rip them off, yes, it feels good, I get the dopamine, but realistically, if we play that gunfight 10 times, they probably should have won it 9 out of 10 times, right? So I don't like relying on that 1 out of 10 times. No, I like to get the health advantage, back away, and then camera them, because I like to control the gunfight. For me, it's a more consistent way of playing the game. So let's say someone's in the hill and you go through, you camera them, right? So you camera them, you get the first shot. Remember, cameraing is really important because you get that first shot. So you slide counter around the corner, you shoot him. As you shoot him now, you back away. You've now put yourself in a position where you have the health advantage. All you now need to do is camera them to get 2/3 of that triangle done. So now when you camera them, you are going to get the first shot again, okay? So the main thing is I want you guys to do is warm up, practice your different movement, practice your different just abilities. Just make sure you guys have everything in your locker room. And the third one is just to understand in the game how to control the gunfight, what to do, what position to get to, how to have the health advantage, and just really practice and utilizing controlling the gunfight. Okay, if somebody gets you weak and they're pre-aiming you, don't peek up yet. Just wait. If you've got time, you've got space, wait, get your health back, snake it, take your time, just controlling the gunfight a little bit more, adding a little bit more space, and just kind of allowing yourself to think about what the best option is. Okay, if you guys do this, I guarantee it will help you guys improve. Now, the reason why this video is titled "Why You're Losing Every Gunfight" is, again, when I'm coaching people, I realize that there's some things that people do and it's the repeated mistake. So you might do the same thing wrong. So it's up to you to identify what one thing you're doing wrong and kind of work through it one at a time, one at a time, one at a time. It's gonna be different for everyone. It's gonna be different for everyone. But if you guys want me to pick out some things that I can help you improve in, if you guys want custom coaching, make sure to hit me up on Discord. The link is down below. If you guys enjoy the video, please drop a like. It helps out massively. And once again, subscribe to the channel and the channels down below. If you guys are interested in some Warzone content, we have a Warzone channel. If you guys want to see more live streams, we have a Twitch. Everything is down in the description. YouTube, you guys are the best. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate the videos, and I'll catch you guys for another one tomorrow. Peace.